Hey there, friendlies. How's up? Welcome to the 24th of August episode of the Raindance Bushcraft livestream extravaganza. I decided to play a little Boron as my intro because Russell was saying that I needed to do some sort of count in or count down or some damn thing so that you guys don't miss the first bit of the chat before anyone knows that I'm online. But as usual, I have not had time to do any kind of setup, so I kind of had to improvise. I hope that didn't peak the mic too much. Let's see who we got. We got Grace Martin in the house. We got Russell in the house. We got Tenenbaum. We got Simon. Salut, monsieur. Grace will be back in a bit. That's fine. But please, as Russell says, do not jump in the shower. Mark Putmans is with us. LT Survival, how's it going? Hey, Foxit. Sorry. I know that's not what you want me to call you. Sorry. Ian the Weblord, how's it going? Mr. Catmac, hi. Welcome to the live stream. So what do I have tonight? Hey, Brandon's here. Nice. So there's a story behind tonight's beer. By the way, if I peak, let me know. I'm trying to sort of speak away from the mic because apparently it does on occasion peak. Just let me silence the phone. So the family and I went to Park Omega at the weekend. It's one of those parks where you sort of drive through all these regions. Like this is deer, this is caribou, this is elk, these are boar, and you bring the windows down a crack and feed them carrots and all that stuff. But it's near Montebello, and to get there without taking a ferry is kind of awkward, and the missus didn't want to be beholden to the time, the schedule of the ferry that we would have to take. So we ended up deking through Hawkesbury in Ontario and then coming back into Quebec where Park Omega is. So since I was in Ontario, I went to the LCBO and I picked up some beers, one of which is this Tuc Doré Pale Ale Canadienne, which is a Canadian pale ale. It's kind of a light beer. 17 IBU is probably not too heavy for me. It's weird because even though French is the predominant language on this can, and the president of the company's name is Nicolas Malbeuf, they're based in Embrun, Ontario. Is that a French town? Is that a Franco-Ontario thing? Ontario crew, do you guys know? So the name of the brewery is Tuc de Brou. Anyways, why not give it a try, right? So, Cliff says I can call him whatever I want. YouTube name or real name. That's Q. Is that a light beer or a beer for lightweights? To me, a standard beer is like 5 to 6%, right? Am I gonna get this pour to work? While I'm doing this, I may as well take care of the usual housekeeping. If you're watching us time shifted to tomorrow or next week, thank you for watching us even time shifted. You guys mean a lot to me. Yeah, okay, I'm starting to get a little heady here, so I'm just going to let it sit for a while. And yeah, I did not originally have a Russell. I do believe the goods arrived today, but the missus is back at work, so she got home about 10 minutes ago, and I was taking care of the kids, and I was not taking the kids to the pharmacy during the COVIDs, so I will try and go and pick up the item from the post office tomorrow. Those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, a couple of weeks ago, Russell and I got 3 Sheets to the Wind on, I think, his live stream, and we ordered knives. So I do believe that is what arrived today and is sitting at the postal office. Because Russell and I are not good influences on one another. See, where is Serge when you need him? I didn't blow this pour after all. This beer is a lot lighter than I usually like in terms of the color, as you guys know. Ember is near Castleman. Okay, well, I know where that is. Just east of Russell and south of Ottawa. Okay. Russell, well, I believe that's what arrived. I don't know. I have a delivery slip. And it was something that they could not leave at the door that I had to go and pick up and sign for. So that's probably what that is. Actually, I got two of them. I think the other one. So I think it's that and a bottle of whiskey. Obviously from two different places. Well, this is good to know. All of you who are interested, Bubbles is naked right now. Summertime beer. Thirst quenching on a really hot day, which today was. A little hoppier than I like, but that's because I don't like hop. But not too much. It's not super citrusy like an India Pale Ale tends to be. It's okay though. It's good. For my whiskey for later, I'm having a bit of this. Finlaggan is not a distillery. It's a historical landmark in Scotland, but it's really close to Kalila, which is the kind of distillery that shows up in a ton of independent bottlers. Finlaggan really plays up the mystery aspect of who the hell made this. Right? They source from someone, but they won't tell us who or where. And so, like, online is full of who made it. I got the feeling that it's Lagavulin, but I'm not entirely sure. Maybe Lefroy. Where was I? Yeah, Tenenbaum. I mean, there are, Franco, Ontario exists, right? I used to live in a French town in Manitoba, so it's not unheard of to me that there'd be a French-speaking town in Ontario. Russell has a winning concept. If I ever started some kind of online ordering business, I'd sell whiskey and knives together. You can't buy one without the other. Yikes. Hey, Dr. Sharp is here. How's it going? And Robin comes in with a little dose of common sense, saying to Russell that you'd need deniability for when, not if, something goes wrong. And I do believe you might be right, but hey, ain't that what lawyers are for? Ain't it? No, seriously, ain't it? Actually, man, Cat Mac is right. Whiskey and Knives can be the name of a kilt selling place. Okay, but then, Russell, what distillery is going to do that? And how would you send how would you send the whole rust thing packing? Send lawyers whiskey and knives. This conversation's getting better than I thought it was going to be. I wanted to say something. On this day of days, I started a TikTok for Raindance Bushcraft. I put up a question that is very easy to answer. If any of you are TikTokable, go and stitch my question, because I started the TikTok with a specific with a concept that will be very easy to maintain until I can get this channel working again, i.e. go somewhere. But if there's no sort of pickup on my TikTok, I'm not going to waste my time on it. Right now there is one. Come on, fool. You're going to... It will at some point. You know what? Let me turn my light all the way down. You see that? It says Raindance Bushcraft. You may not be able to see it, but it does say it. Jesus H. Murphy. Oh well. Raindance Bushcraft on TikTok at Raindance Bushcraft one word, which you should be able to see there, but you can't. Or look for Raindance Bushcraft. Just get some. Oh, okay. Sorry, it's whoops. Russell says my distillery. Okay, all right. Hike with Mike in the house. Hike with Mike did put up a video recently that I needed to see. It was just like this minute of zen. Just a little bit of that Florida landscape for a minute or so. I just sort of clicked on it and relaxed. Long's Quest, how's it going? Welcome. I do believe you know Russell. Oh, I think Russell's talking to you. You're Skip, right? Do I have that right? If I don't have that right, I'm going to be real embarrassed about it. I love it, man. Russell's really going with this. My company would be the first whiskey company ever with more lawyers than brewers. It could work. It could work. So I didn't really have any concrete plan for tonight, but then Russell pinged me at I think it was I saw the ping about a half hour before going on that maybe we talk about, hey, Serge, how's it going? You missed a, not a perfect pour, but a non-messed up pour. What the heck was I going to say? I don't, oh, LT. Look what I found. Yesterday, my girls and I washed the car because it was full of like deer saliva and stuff from Park Omega, and this was in the center console. It's like the story of my life. Have a knife, lost a knife, found the knife, lost the knife, found the knife, lost the knife, forgot about the knife, found the knife. Yeah, that's true. Robin says at least the knife would arrive disinfected. Absolutely. Ethanol is good for that, at least. Hike with Mike did a little tomahawk throwing at camp. That's cool. I still don't have a tomahawk. I keep looking at them, but I have no passion for the tomahawk. I have no real passion for like the Hudson Bay pattern either, but I would love one of the original plum ones because if you look at them from the top, they're like it's a very, very different profile than on the later, like the Norland that are a little more wedge-like, and the Wetterlings that are a lot more wedge-like. But those original plum ones are really, really, really narrow at the bit, and then they serve. And I think I just want one. I just want one of those original plum Hudson's Bays, much more than I even want the Norland. Yes, Tenenbaum is bringing us back on topic. Stay on target. Russell would like to discuss. Let me get the wording proper and correct. Oh, it's right here. Can you live off the land? He started with fact or fiction. The average person can head to the hills and live off the land. Is there any interest in discussing that tonight, or should I set up an actual panel discussion on that? Because if we do talk about it tonight, I'm not going to, I won't then follow it up with a panel discussion unless it gets really heated here. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? I do see that Dr. Sharp is taking Russell's conversation and running with it. I kind of feel that this is better conversation than what I just mentioned. Can I taste your lawyers with a knife from the whiskey bottle? Here's the thing, though, Russell. How would you get the knife into the whiskey bottle before filling it with whiskey? Like I know with those Poire William, you just stick the bottle over the nub and that's going to become a pear, right? And then you pop it off and fill it with brandy. You can't really grow knives on trees, although if you could, LT would have a whole orchard. So how would you fit, or would it just be like little stilettos or something? I can see a legal issue with a stiletto in Canada. But I don't know. Nice. So they would have long knives, big knives. I'm enjoying this beer a lot more than I thought I would. So if anyone ever goes to Ontario, Chicdare from some little, it looks like it's probably a French town near Castleman. Not bad. I picked up another one by them as well. So yeah, what was I saying? I got distracted by the beer. That's never happened before, right? It's funny because when I poured it, I was half expecting to get it everywhere, so I brought all this paper towel over. The more prepared I am for everything going wrong, the higher is the chance that nothing will go wrong. Yeah, Cat Mac is sort of going where Robin went. He'd be already sterilized, break bottle in an emergency. Like a bar fight. Yeah. Catch the knife and you got a broken bottle to fight with. You can two-hand it. Simone and I were both in Ontario last week. Alain is asking Serge where he is tonight. Oh, yeah, Serge, the thing about you moving is I guess we're not going to St. Christine anytime soon, eh? I was really hoping we could get a couple more trips in this year, but Knife Orchard. Windy days would be scary. A brisk wind, yeah. And that's probably an orchard where, the neighborhood kids couldn't climb the gate and pick their fruits without getting arrested. How good Mike says, I started to put a piece of reflective tape on my knife sheath. I lost my favorite knife in the woods at night. Luckily found it because of the reflective tape on it. That is why I like knives with blaze orange accents on them. That was one of the things I really did like about that Bear Grylls Ultimate, because I did drop it. And with a non-reflective blade, you really depend on the blaze orange to find it in the tall grass. Yeah, drink the whiskey and then break the bottle, as Cat Mac says. Yeah. How good, Mike? Edward Scissorhands would love a Knife Orchard. I love it. A Knife Orchard. I would want it to be full of Falkneven, or maybe do like an apple orchard, right? This row is all Falkneven. This row here is all Woodlores, or like clones by like this row is all Jacklores. This row is folders of some sort. This row is all what the hell is it called? The company that does all the Les Stroud knives. They do the Temagami. I was sure that Temagami was like the American pronunciation, and we would say Temagami because that is how it is in so many of those words, like Mazda kind of thing. I was highly surprised to find out that I was wrong, because I'm never bloody wrong. Ever. Where are we? Alain is going to be back in 15. Yeah. I'm not expecting us to get that time in. How good Mike says that movie was filmed not far from where I grew up. I guess that's Edward Scissorhands you're talking about. Hella, yeah, that's it. Hella. I want that Temagami like you guys would not believe. Don't know if I would prefer the stainless or the carbon, because I used to be like carbon only, but I've got a whole lot of stainless now. Yeah, I'd like to go and check that out. So I'm gonna have to work something up for next year because I haven't gotten into the woods at all this year, and I am going batshit crazy. Batshit crazy. So I gotta work. I gotta work woods time into the schedule next year. I want to go see Russell, man. That'll have to be like a long weekend at least, though. But I just gotta get the hell out of the city. Look at the briefcase. He's a ninja. He might have a dock or a knife in the briefcase. Which would be worse? You decide. Guess it depends on the dock. Here's the thing: would these lawyer ninjas be bound by certain laws against using the knives, except for in self-defense? In that case, is it better for them to have a knife in the briefcase, or are they like, um, what's it called? Wolfram and Hart, from Angel, where they're lawyers but they're all demons. Eastwood Farms is here. Judging by the fact that Eastwood Farms said Russell, I guess you guys know each other. I have met so many of you people through either a Russell live stream or a Mallory live stream that it's kind of funny, Yeah, you guys definitely know each other. Okay. No, not tomography. Here, look. Tamagami. Boom! I just dropped it in the chat. The area in Ontario. Nobody says Ontario anymore. I'm showing my age. Hey, how's the sound? Like me talking away, sort of next to the mic instead of into it. Are we good? Am I loud enough? Because I wouldn't want to be like coming across as really quiet just because I'm trying not to peak. Amazing how much I like this beer for what it said on the can. Hey, and look, it'll never be my favorite beer, but it's pretty damn good. Hike with Mike is saying, I love my swamps, but going to try to head to the mountains this fall if I can get some time away from work. Been a long time since I traveled to the mountains. Yeah, man, I have said this before on my channel, and those of you who are like OGs here are probably going to want me to just shut up about it. But for those of you who are new, the journey that led me to where I am right now in terms of conservationism, environmentalism, and just loving the woods and the natural world started when I was this self-important, stupid teen who was on a camping trip with his dad and his sister in Manning Park in British Columbia. And we were up in this subalpine meadow. And I even back then, even like I wasn't really aware of much outside my own self-important crap. But even then, like I used to love in BC, like standing there on a mountainside, or even just standing there in North Vancouver and looking across the inlet and then seeing, big dark mountains gradually go to bluer and lighter mountains and just disappear into the distance, and the clouds billowing above disappearing. I always wanted to know what was beyond that last cloud. That's always been enchanting to me, and I think it's related to why if I'm in a dark sky zone and I look up and it's like absolutely spangled above, I can just lose an hour or two just staring. So anyways, I'm standing on this subalpine meadow, and we were being taken on this tour by a park warden who was also she was a botanist. She was probably in like her early to mid 20s, clearly just out of school, summer job kind of thing, maybe, or stepping stone. I don't remember what she looked like. I don't remember what she looked like. I definitely remember what she sounded like. But I don't know what she was talking about. She was talking about the plants and saying, I remember she said, here's where I get to really geek out because I'm really a botanist. And she was describing a plant. And I was like looking around and not paying attention to anything really. But I do remember I looked down into like there was a bowl valley. And there was a herd of some kind of freaking ungulate down there. But there was a shift ton of them. Like black stain on the valley below. And I just remember them watching them like move like this weird oil slick across the contours of the bottom of that valley. I'm not this fast. It was slow, but it was weird how that shape moved across the contours. And something it wasn't like a big bam, but something did click. And I almost immediately started seeing the world around me differently. The natural world, I mean. And between then and now, yeah, like it was just this long. It wasn't a straight journey because, life gets in the way, depression gets in the way, this and that. But that moment is where it's where I stick the pin of where what I see when I hit the woods today began. Like if I hit the woods for a week, I've said this before too, I come out practically animist, okay? And that's the moment. That's where it started. Before that, camping with my dad and my sis was all about, camping with my dad and my sis. Sitting at the fire, having a hot chocolate or whatever, rock hopping. But yeah, and I guess because I was always the guy who wanted to know what was after that last hill, I guess I was predisposed to that anyway, and it was just waiting for that moment to happen. Well, thanks, Russell. Russell noticed that I almost demonetized myself. Yeah, Dr. Sharp, I think a lot of us who hang out on these channels are very similar in that way. Mal is here. She's sort of here, but she's shopping at the same time. She wants to try lacto fermentation for her veggies. Lots of research to do. Okay. Let me know how that goes. Of course, Russell makes fun of me. A Journey to the Depths of Jesse. Interesting place. Sign the guest book. Did you sign in blood? Because that's all I accept. Oh, LT. Whoops. LT is leaving early. Work tomorrow. All right. See you next time, LT. The next time I hope to have something new to show you. I hope. Yeah, Dr. Sharp here too. Whoops. Here too. It was a real stinker today. It was like 35 degrees before the humidex. Yuck. I hated it. Well, Russell signed in P. I'll take that if there's no blood to be had. Still no canning lids? There's shortages of everything these days, guys. Everything. Shortages of whiskey. Shortages of everything. Grace Martin is back. She missed the deep discussion about, was it the deep dive into Jesse's psyche? Is that what you called it, Raspberry? Is that what you call it, Russell? A journey to the depths of Jesse. But we all build on stuff like that, whether we know it or not. Everyone has like little seminal moments, even if they don't kind of realize that they've just happened, because I sure as hell didn't realize it had just happened. As I said, it really wasn't like you flip a switch and suddenly Jesse's all like tree hugging. Absolutely not. Excuse me. Cat Mac. Russell's getting older. There might be some blood in that. Yikes! Oh, that got awkward fast. I love it. I'm getting older too. Not as old as Russell, but I am getting there. Gonna be 50. I'm gonna be 50 next year. Oh, I'm just trying to get. It's so like I'm in the basement, so it's a whole lot cooler than it is in the rest of the house. But I'm still all like, looking for a way to be comfortable and not too sticky. And geez, it just sucks to be me. It's just the truth of it. Well, you know what? That's not what we were going to talk about tonight at all. But do any of you guys have like a similar story in any way? Like, do any of you guys have a flip the switch moment? Yeah, Cat Mac. There's no way. I don't have the ponytail too. I used to. It used to be halfway down to my arse. Yeah, but I think, Mal, it's cooler where you are than it is for me anyway, right? Mal, go to my TikTok, my first TikTok, and stitch it with a reply to the question I asked. Because when I asked that question, I was thinking about a conversation you and I had months and months ago. So go and stitch that. Dr. Sharp says, I was lucky as a kid, thousands probably have acres to explore and play in. At 6 or 7 years old, we had free range to go all day. They say that if you can keep a kid excited about the outdoors until about that age, you got them in there, like for life. And so I'm hoping that I kept Camille interested for for the magic, up to the magic age. It's funny because I posted an old video of mine on my YouTube posts or whatever it's called, because she and I came across an old video. Focus, for God's sakes. Thank you. She and I came across an old video where we were talking about her in the outdoors and stuff when she was like 6, I think. And so we watched it, and she sort of giggled through the whole thing because at 6 she was a very, very different girl. And it's funny because now that she's 10, because she turned 10 on the 1st of August, she's got a lot of that preteen stuff happening inside of her. She's working out some stuff, obviously, kind of acting some of it out, but she's still my little girl who will put on like headphones with cat ears on, or she'll still, in unguarded moments while she's playing with her sister, just be delighted by silly little things, Anyway, so we were watching that video, and she was giggling completely self-consciously throughout the whole thing. And yeah, it was just a funny little moment. And I had forgotten about that video completely, and I really liked it. I enjoyed it, so I posted it. And I think I'm going to start reposting some of my old stuff. Which is something that I had done on my blog for a while, a couple of years ago. I really haven't kept up the blog. I wasn't getting enough eyes. It doesn't make any sense. And I think Russell, no, one of you guys is planning on doing the same thing, but more as a throwback Thursday thing. And I don't think I will necessarily make it an actual throwback Thursday thing, just because I don't have the time to dedicate. But there are a couple of old videos that I'd like to sort of revisit in that way, show off again. Like we then watched some of the old father-daughter day hiking videos and stuff, and I haven't done a real big ticket video in so long that I'd forgotten some of the things that I used to do in my videos, like the B-roll, the music, the stuff like that. Hold on a sec. I'm behind here. I'm just getting the moments now. Spent decades asleep at the lab, corporation master. Right. Been home almost 2 years. Well, Cat Mac, you're probably in for a real interesting journey. It's a good journey to be on, especially if you're aware that it's happening. Seth says, I don't think it was a flip the switch moment, but when my brother and I used to go out in the woods behind our house, clearly that's what sparked my interest of the wilderness. Yeah, I think if I had grown up with a woods behind my house, I would have clicked into a lot more, a lot earlier. Hike with Mike says, my love of the outdoors began in 1978 when I was 12. I read a book by Tom Brown Jr. It blew my mind, and from that day on, I was always looking for woods to explore. Oh, the book was called The Tracker. I was wondering if it was that Tom Brown. 1978. I was, 6? Or was I 7? I was born in 72, actually. Okay, Russell, it was you. Throwback Tuesday. Yeah, I don't think... I don't want to copy your idea or anything, but... I think there's value in those old videos. Nice to bring some of them back. I don't think I'll go to anything earlier than 2018, because my videos before then just weren't good enough, but... yeah. Yeah, a lot of you guys, I have discovered, a lot of the people I've spoken to through this channel grew up next to woods, grew up on a farm, grew up, I just didn't. I just didn't. I don't have a garage full of grandpa's tools. I don't, I don't have any of the stuff Wrangler Star takes care of. I don't have so many of the things that people on this side of YouTube either have one or a few of. Is that a strength? Am I, coming at this without baggage? Is that a strength? I don't know. I don't think so. I would have loved to have grown up in the woods. All right. Mal's out for a while. See you a bit later. Maybe. Mal, do you want me to send you the link to chat just in case you come back? I don't even know I asked that. I'm going to do it. Just in case. Now, to do that, I have to switch users on the Book of Faces. So confusing. To talk to Russell, I have to use my Raindance Bushcraft Facebook page. To talk to Mallory, I have to use my Jess Corbet one. I just wish that it wasn't so complicated in this life. Mallory, just in case, : it is so unfortunate that that the term for a typographical symbol is also the word for something connected to your arsehole. Yeah. Russell says Facebook has made it more annoying because that's what Facebook does. Mark Putman says, bang world problems. I guess that's a first. Yeah, first. Hi, with Mike is asking if Facebook is still around. Hell yeah. Hey, Austin's here. How's it going? How's it going, Austin? We're not really supposed to be. I figured we might talk about just let me go back to my other account on Facebook to get the wording right. Give me 1 second, guys. I know it's not very pro to be staring at the other screen, but I'm getting information for y'alls. We had thought we might discuss whether or not you can live off the land, but I kind of feel that we've gone down a whole different route. So I think maybe I'll save it for like a panel discussion or something. Forts in the Grass. City in California. Crawling on my belly as a little girl. Stream was in, yeah. Yeah, that sounds about when I was living in Franco, Manitoba, there was this big field nearby. It was kind of like there was an abandoned car sitting in the middle of it, but it sure as hell wasn't rural. It was one of those lots that was destined to become a subdivision, right? We were living in essentially suburbia. Well, yeah, Russell, this is what I'm talking about. Like, if we're 41 minutes and we still haven't even started on the topic, let's save it, and I'll make it I'll make it like an actual topic. Maybe put a little panel discussion together or something, because I feel that at this point we'd be wasting what could be a really good discussion. Because we're almost at the point where everything goes off the rails anyway. Just taking a look. But yeah, like I do feel that if you didn't just grow up with the forest as your companion and you end up loving the woods at some point, there is a moment or an event that kickstarts that, you know? Yes, and I think everyone's doing all right. In the Weblord says, it seems ironic Russell talking about being on topic. That is true. And Russell is still miss what I'm drinking, but I keep showing it, Russell. This is from your province. This is from Ontario. Ontario. Sucre doré, Pale Ale Canadienne. It's only 4.5%. I feel like I can drink 12 of them. And for later, Finlagan cask strength, 58% of Scotchy Scotch Magic. This is a peated. They won't tell us who the hell makes their peated, but I'm thinking it's either Lagavulin or maybe Lafroig. Because Finlagan is not a distillery. It is it's a ruin. It's a historical area in Scotland that is very close to a distillery that actually has a very similar profile, but yeah, they don't. People are constantly talking about who makes it, and they really feed into that. It's okay, Russell. It's okay. Right. Yeah, Austin, I think we've established that the town that this was made, Embrun, is a Franco-Ontario town. Man, it is so hard to position stuff. Hold on, I'm just making sure that that's not a disaster upstairs that needs my attention. Because we do on occasion have such a thing. No, we're good. Okay. Oh, Dr. Sharp is willing to discuss the topic. See, now I don't know if we waste the topic on the second half of the stream, or if we like actually set a stream aside for it, like next time or the time after. Hey, which reminds me, I want to put a panel discussion together of people who live off grid. I know I can get Russell to notice who I am, but I don't know who else. Like the only channels I watch that are all about off-grid living are his, Sean James, and I don't think he's got the signal to be able to do a panel discussion. What do you guys think? Does anyone know someone that I should really hit up? And I've had a couple of interview ideas sort of go down in flames because I hit someone up and they were kind of Hollywood about it. Like, you don't have 10,000 subs kind of thing. Not very many people. It's only been one or two. But it hurt me in my psyche. No, but seriously, does anyone know? Like, do you guys? have someone in mind who you would love to see talking about this stuff in a panel discussion setup. Oh, well, Russell's got a couple of suggestions. I think 3, 4 max, like, because I find that once you go above 3 or 4, it starts to get a little unruly. I could do it with as few as 2 guests. I do feel that 3 guests is sort of the pinnacle of Jake and Nicole. Is that a channel name that I should look up? Jake, Nicole. The beer is terminé. The whiskey has been open and breathing. Just let me take some notes. Bearded Woodsman. Someone called Jake and Nicole. Let me just take notes here and not lose them this time. On a couple of occasions now, I've taken notes and then closed Notepad without saving because I'm an idiot. Is it Notepad? What's it called in Windows? Yes, Notepad. Okay. And if Russell has a few suggestions, I'll speak to him in the green room later. And I'm thinking that at this point, even if Sean James does have Signal, he doesn't know me from Shanola. I think he might be Wooded Beardsman. Tenenbaum. But I don't know. Like that seems to. But anyways, excuse me. Wait, are Jake and Nicole those ones out west where the thumbnails are always of like his wife half dressed? Or do I have that different? And she's got like an OnlyFans or something? Because yeah, they live in a yurt, right? Yeah, I don't. There's no way. I don't know. I almost subscribe to them, but I feel that the way they market themselves is so cynical that I don't respect them. And it's too bad because they've got a lovely piece of land. They clearly know what they're doing. But I don't want to be marketed that way on a bushcraft channel or an off-grid living channel. This falls right into the conversation I keep having about a certain big channel that I desubscribed from as soon as she started doing bikini shots as often as possible. Russell says, Wooded Beersman isn't off-grid, he just eats weird. Dr. Sharp has a buddy who lives off-grid, too many miles from the grid to get a power line, right? Yeah, there are two things that feed into an off-grid lifestyle, right? One is you can't get hydro to where you are, and the other is you want to be far enough that is not in the cards, right? Gray script with plenty of woods around, cutting bike paths, saying that the creek, building tree houses and rope swings, but I didn't become really interested until certain reality shows happened in YT and YouTube videos. Yeah, Cliff, I know. Shawnee, hey, NL Ghost Wolf. That's probably Newfoundland Ghost Wolf. I will take note. Let's see. Yes, oh, that Jake and Nicole. That is how I found Raspberry Rock. I know the marketing. Jake is from Arizona. I found him from his gardening here. Yeah, that bikini stuff is unfortunate. He's from Arizona. I thought they lived in British Columbia. Are they in Alaska? I thought they were in BC. Dr. Sharp bounces back to the Ninja Warriors from earlier. Yeah, Austin, I'm fully vaccinated. I've had both. Interesting thing has just popped up because I have a mine are mismatched. I don't have two of the same. I have an AstraZeneca and a Pfizer. And apparently, if you travel to some countries, they don't accept two different jabs. So my sister has had her third jab so that she can go to those areas and say, look, I have two of the same, which is weird. Yeah, I think I don't know who that is, but I will take note. Yeah, it has to be someone who A will go on a live stream, and B will look at someone like me who doesn't even have 2,600 subs and not immediately sort of note. Okay, Cat Max. So they moved from Arizona to Canada 3 years ago. So they're both from Arizona. I don't care. I'm not gonna subscribe to them. They're not gonna get my eyeballs. I just, and I didn't dislike the videos. I just don't market to me that way, because I'm not going to reward you with my eyes. I'm not going to reward you with my view time. I feel disrespected, you know? So if you can do a little gardening and grow some of your own stuff, that's pretty good. I mean, we've had the discussion about how self-sufficient you can really be in previous live streams, but you know, I guess Mike likes to watch smaller channels. Less is truly more. Yeah, I think that's right. He lives on the river. Who are we talking about? What was I talking about? Actually, I don't remember. I don't even remember what the hell I was talking about. I would love to have an off-grid cabin. I would love it. I would love it. I would also love to live. I would love to, win 30 mils so I could quit my job and do YouTube full time. But if wishes were, what's that proverb? If wishes were something. Oh well, I shouldn't have gone there. Finlag and 58%. Yeah, it smells. Peat, smoke, a little bit of brine, a little bit of iodine, and a little citrus zing like lemon peel. That's why I think it might be a Lagavulin, maybe a Lafroig. It's a very good dram, but I'm pissed off by how they try to, maintain the mystery. Ron. Hi, Ron. Have you ever watched Bushcraft Barton's? Yeah, he was the first YouTube bushcrafter I ever subscribed to. Yeah, I used to watch him all the time. Nice guy. Him and Josie doing. In fact, I discovered them through. I was exploring YouTube bushcraft, and they did a an episode where, I don't know, they did like a spruce tea or some damn thing. I had no idea who they were. I had this feeling that they were from somewhere around here. I don't even remember how, maybe the accent. But yeah, I definitely know him. You only have to put on clothes up top. I mean, anyone who knows TV news, anchor people, enough of them knows that they don't always have a matching suit bottom on. Some of them do that in boxer shorts. So I don't feel the need to prescribe any clothes lower down than the camera sees. Wild Woman Bushcraft. I know that channel. Gonna take a note of it anyway. $21.57. Jeez, we're halfway done practically. At 58% ABV, you gotta drink this pretty slowly. Hike with Mike says, I miss Intense Angler. It was the first channel I subbed to on YouTube. Great channel. Unfortunately, a few years ago, he was in an accident and doesn't post anymore. Wow, that doesn't sound good. That's, was it like a life-altering accident? Do you know? Yeah, Dr. Sharp, I agree. I think growing your own food is a really good way to, well, it's a good way to develop a better relationship with the land you live on. Even here in the city, right? And we've got a little garden. We get a shift ton of tomatoes, some peppers, a couple of cukes, but it's a very small piece of wood, but of land. But it's a very small garden. But it still makes me feel more connected to the land than if we just grew flowers or didn't have any garden at all, just like a lawn. We have a lawn too. I'd really love to get rid of it and replace the grass with some sort of drought-resistant ground cover. But that's the kind of thing you got to negotiate with the life partner. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's too bad. I gotta get off-grid living with Jake and Nicole off my screen here. They bug me. There we go. There we go. All right. Where was I? Where was I? There we are. Can we hear Russell? Nope, we can't hear Russell. See that button?
Sorry.
Okay, now I can. Oh! But now that someone's on, I have to put my cans on. There we go.
Hey, you know what I was thinking about your popping problem. Have you gone into your mic settings and turned off automatically adjust mic volume?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, that's how I thought I had fixed it before. Whoops, because I did that and then I didn't feel that I had that problem anymore. But then you guys said last time that there was still some.
Okay. I mean, is it off right now?
Yeah. Am I peaking?
Well, you were earlier.
So irritated.
Okay, so sorry, I'm fixing my screen to get rid of all the whiteness.
Right. Cat Mac says, sorry about that. I agree. Jake and Nicole shouldn't use her body to entice us. Yeah. Do I even want to say what I'm about to say? Yes. If
Yes. No, wait. Let me talk you into it first.
okay.
Go
No,
ahead.
because if at least they maintained the thread between the thumbnail and her appearance in the videos, then at least I could say, look, I don't like this, but at least there's a reason for it. Right?
Sometimes she does actually.
Yeah, sometimes, but I mean, like, and I don't think that would necessarily make me subscribe to them anyway, because as I said, like, in like, I'm as big a pig as the next guy, okay? But there are other there are other internet sites where one can go for titillation. You know, what I'm looking for when I'm watching an off-grid something or a bushcraft something is not titillation. And I always feel when the titles are too clickbaity or the thumbnails like theirs are too clickbaity, I automatically don't trust what I'm going to find if I click on the video. You know,
Sorry to chuckle at. I just find that's a really funny word.
which one?
Especially what we're talking about, titillating.
Uh,
Yeah, there's a video where she takes a shower and it's like she's rubbing coffee all over herself, and the thumbnail is of her in the shower. And I gotta say, the video delivers on that one.
Okay, but I mean, they usually don't. I mean, well, no, I didn't feel that they usually did, which was maybe a saving grace in certain ways. Like, because then if the videos did deliver on that, then are they just going deeper into marketing to us using her body? I don't know, because I haven't thought about these two in a long time, right? So I like,
you know what? Who cares?
yeah, exactly. Who cares? I'm not going to watch them, no matter how much I've heard they show.
I don't, as much as I, talk about that. I don't watch them either. But I think you know what, if you're the truth is in the numbers, right? If it was only clickbait, then they wouldn't be getting subscribers. They would, people would be just pissed off. It was just clickbait, but they're growing like crazy. They get tons of views, so congrats to them because they're they're winning at YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean the fact that they're not winning with my help doesn't hurt them, but it does help me, right? Dr. Sharp asked something interesting here. Anyone have a moment when being outdoors that is like being God-struck and overwhelmed with the pure beauty that burns itself into your memory? Hell yeah.
Yep.
That might be what I was talking about when I was talking about like standing on a mountainside and seeing like into the distance and everything.
Can I put up a video?
Mm-hmm.
I will show you.
If it's Jake and Nicole, I'm shutting this thing down, man.
No. It's one of my. Oh, come on.
Come on now.
Simple Living with the Segovias has totally gone that route too.
Really?
Yeah, puts his wife up there, and God, she looks naked in that, or like naked from the waist down. I don't know. I don't even find her good looking, but there you go. So, this is for Dr. Sharp. Nobody else watched this.
Okay. I'm still waiting for it to appear in the.
Now, I need to say something first. What were we talking about? Moments of wonderful wilderness scenery that may change your perspective on life. Was that good? I thought that was pretty good.
Sounds good to me.
There you go. That one's for Dr. Sharp. Don't anybody else click on that. That's my property, by the way.
Oh, I thought you were going to share a video on the live.
No.
Damn it, mister. Okay, so Dr. Sharp, right click on that and open in a new tab. I will pause.
Ian, your car shouldn't be in the water. Does Ian drive a Saturn? I don't know.
I hope he does, considering what you just said. Alain, you're not missing anything. You don't want. Don't go looking. For God's
Yeah,
sake, don't even bother.
let's not get them any traffic.
Yeah. Shawnee says Sunday we had such nice weather. Had a campfire going all day. Sometimes I feel like we should travel in a van, boondocking, wake up to beautiful scenery. Hells yes. Ron thinks we should talk about fish in your pond. I feel that pops up way more often than it needs to. Like, just restock the freaking pond already.
It's the single most asked question I get, I think. That and when are you going to finish your fucking cat? Excuse me. Oh, no. Sorry.
Damn it.
Damn it.
You're damaging my channel.
No money for Jess again.
I'm trying to buy a new camera, damn it.
There's Sam. Hey, Sam.
Sam. He jumped to 350 in Russell's video.
That's
what?
That's because Sam has watched all of my videos. So if he jumped to 350, then he's watched up to 350 in that video already.
Right.
At least once.
Ian says, not quite. Drive a Pathfinder. Had Saturn and Jupiter in the sky too. I would like to say I'm impressed that you knew where they were, because not everyone does. Venus is very easy to spot. Like whoops. Venus practically hurts your eyes sometimes, and it reflects in the water. But Alain says, now I got to watch this video because I am dying for a drone. Alain says, nice video, Russell. Your video is why I always wanted a drone. Which one did you use? Oh, you used the Mavic Pro?
Yeah.
Don't you kind of need a special license for those now?
Yeah.
Because I would love the Mavic Mini, for several reasons. Because I want a drone, and B, I said first because I want a drone, and then I said and B. I hate it when people do that. And second, that one is just light enough that you don't need a special license for it. Hey, Bettina's here, and she arrived at just the right time, it seems. And Tim.
Yeah, I don't necessarily recommend the DJI Mavic Pro. It's the only one I know.
Okay.
In fact, I've crashed it so many times now. It's pretty messed up. It doesn't fly straight. It's at an angle as it flies, and actually it's tilted and it doesn't fly straight. So it
okay.
It's pretty weird.
By the way, hi Bettina. Hi Bettina. Hi Tim.
Well,
Ian says there are apps that Skyview works well. I only remember some of the planets and stars. Yeah, I can tell you, okay, that's Mars. That's clearly Mars. I can tell you, okay, wow, that's Venus. Sometimes Jupiter and Saturn, I'm not so sure about. I use something called, I think I use Starwalk. I don't know why I'm doing this. You're never going to, the stupid thing isn't going to focus on my phone anyway. Now there's an interesting little question. Ian is asking if Russell's describing his drone or himself. I think that might depend on how many Raspberry Rock shots have been had.
I could go either way on that one.
I think most people could. So we got 20 people watching, and I only have 14 thumbs ups. What's going on, kids?
Really? Come on, people.
Come on now.
I thumbed you. Yeah, I don't have a license for my drone. I should get one, but I only ever fly it out here, out in the middle of nowhere, and somebody can try and find me and give me a ticket, I guess.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Tim says that his favorite drone shot of yours, Russell, is your flyover in winter. I would love to know
which one.
I would watch that. The Primo version. That sentence was not going to make sense. Let me start it again. One of the main reasons why I would like a drone is because I have a vision for my intro. Like, you remember I used to have an intro? No, you don't, because you don't watch my videos. But those of you who are OGs, remember, like, I used to have all these intros, right? At one point, there was music and like some shots of me walking through tall grass and blue, and then boom, logo and all this, and then there was just like the rain with the logo that appeared. And I don't have a splash right now. I just sort of, the logo appears in the during the video, but I have an idea for a title screen that I want to do, and it depends on having a drone flying over a piece of forest. Aside from that, there are so many things I want to do with a drone, but it has to have the follow me feature, I think.
Active track. Yeah, follow me
Yeah.
or active track, or yeah,
something like that. Because there's all kinds of cool stuff I want to do, but it's a lot of money, and we are non-unanimous in this household as to whether or not drones are a problem.
What do you mean? Wait, what do you mean a problem?
Let's just say I'm not legally minded, but not everyone in this house is not legally minded.
Not legally minded.
I'm skating as far as I can here, because for certain things that I'm not allowed to talk about.
Okay.
Alain says, now there's an interesting choice. I had to pick between a drone and a 150 to 600 millimeter lens for my camera. Pick the lens, but I've always wanted a drone. For what you shoot, that makes a lot of sense, though, right? For those of you who don't know, Alain does a lot of bird photography, and he's really fucking good. Oh, damn it! Now I can't blame Russell. You see, now I have to what do you call it? Super chat myself just so I can make some money. But yeah, I could see that choice making more sense for you, Alain, for what you're doing. I had some birds on my feeder today that I didn't recognize, but I'll talk to you about that later, Alain, because this is going to bore the crap out of people. Tim says, I use Skywatch when I take night photography. I used to watch Skywatch as well. I used to use Skywatch as well. Serge has a crappy little drone with a battery of like 15 minutes.
Oh God, I was out with my drone today. Oh, I've got a video coming out tomorrow that you probably appreciate, Jess. It was there's a beaver pond not far from me, and the beaver dams got taken out. Not sure how. So I explored the beaver pond, the drained beaver pond.
Oh,
and it was very interesting.
Yeah.
And I got to walk around the whole lodge exposed, right? There's no water anymore. And I got to see 2 beaver dams that were just completely blown out. I don't know how, but I had the drone there today. This is where I was going with this. I had the drone there today. I was flying around. And I thought, I'll just use my phone. There's a nice picture of Jess. I'll use my phone. My 10-year-old phone, and it was like so slow. It was so slow. It took me a minute and a half to just get my drone into active track mode or follow me mode or whatever you want to call it.
Okay. What Cat Mac is saying is true. The reason I want the DJI Mavic Mini is because it's a gram under what you need. It's a gram under the size that in Canada and the US requires the special pilot's license.
Yes. I totally get that. Well, what does it take to get a pilot's license for a drone?
Well, it's essential. You have to get a pilot's license. It's a drone pilot's license, but you're doing, it's a course, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I did courses for my firearms. I did courses for my hunting. Do I want to do a course for a drone when I can just buy a very light drone and get away with not doing the course?
Well, I'll tell you what. Those smaller drones, I have to look it up, but those smaller drones don't have some of the options that the other drones have, and I'm not sure what they are. It might be follow me mode. There's also camera options you got to worry about.
But here's the thing, I don't, because as long as it's got a 4K camera, I don't have a drone. So it's going to be better than what I have right now. If it doesn't have the follow me mode, I have a problem with that. Like that's a make or break for me. But
Yeah.
it doesn't need to be a killer drone because I'm not upgrading from a previous drone. I'm coming from having nothing.
I get that, but it's not the drone I'm talking about. Like a 4K camera isn't just the greatest camera ever.
No, that's true.
There's manual settings that I've learned to use, especially when I'm doing like sunsets and stuff like that. Like you can't do a sunset because you need to be able to turn down the ISO and crap to catch the colors.
Yeah. And that's the kind of thing that I might discover that I want to do and then be all like, oh crap, I've got the wrong drone and everything. But
I'm gonna drop $600 on a mini and then go, oh crap, it doesn't do
yeah.
anything.
Ron says, I just bought the mini. I will be trying it out on my Quebec off-grid cabin soon. I would watch that. David Evans, hi, by the way, says, I just got my drone pilot's license. It is fairly easy. Now, did you get that in Canada or in the United States?
He's in Canada.
Okay. I mean, it's probably the same bloody course, right?
Probably.
I mean, they have the same requirements, so.
Yeah, I should get mine and whatever.
Yeah, well, if you're, I do believe that you're probably safe in your whatever. Shawnee says, oh, I love watching to see what new wildlife will come into the garden. Hummingbirds lately. We have been trying to get hummingbirds. We've got a hummingbird feeder and everything. The wife says she saw one recently, but I haven't seen any yet.
We get lots of them around here, but you won't. I don't think you'll see any this time of year. I think they're already headed south.
Yeah, that's very possible. I looked at, there's some university that has a whole page on hummingbird feeders and hummingbirds. And what I'm picking up is that we should have put it up in April so that they would get you, like when they're arriving and they discover it and they come all season. I think we put it up just like last month or something. So we missed the part of the year where they discover the feeder. So, I mean, yeah. I'm still putting it up. I'm still maintaining it, but I'm going to put way more energy into it next year. I'm going to throw it up right at April.
They're pretty cool to watch. It gets interesting, especially if you get enough and they start fighting each other.
Yeah, once the hummingbird, is there, if another bird comes along while it's feeding, it'll fight the other one off.
Oh, yeah, 2 hummingbirds I'm talking about. Right? They fly around so fast. And you hear this ding, ding. Their beaks tapping, right? Ding, ding.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. Ron, if you just bought the Mavic Mini, what did you spend on that? Because last time I checked, I think it was $799, but that was like 4 years ago. No, that was like, I don't know, it was a couple of years ago. I don't know if they're selling package deals or whatever now.
Good question.
Shawnee says it doesn't have any feeders. They just eat from our flowers. Yeah, here I need a feeder. We don't have any. I'm just taking a look to see what people are saying here. Just to.
There's a lot of people here that I think are here because of me, because I keep telling them.
Well, that's fine. Like I told you that, like, I have met so many people through your live streams and Mal's live streams that there's value to that, Oh, I see that Serge just put Alain's Instagram up. Yeah, check that out, guys. If you're into bird photography and stuff, it's worth your eyeballs. And if you like it, drop him a follow. I put up all these feeders, right? There's a hummingbird feeder that's getting no action, but I put up a big honking feeder there's a family of cardinals nearby. And I was like, you guys are coming to my yard. So I put up all these feeders and the cardinals have been coming. And I get this unreasonable amount of joy from watching them. It's like, for a guy, like, look, I'm Gen X, so I don't feel anything, right? But man, watching these cardinals is I just love it. And then today, because in the big honkin' feeder, like on one side I've got like cardinal food, and on the other side I have sort of more general bird food. And so today there were all these brown birds that were a different shape than sparrows. So I took many, many pictures. I'm going to find out what they are. And I was just happy as a pig in shit to see them. I was as happy as a pig in shift to see
Ding,
them.
ding, ding. I think there's like bird identification apps now, right? You just take the picture of the bird and it says, "Oh, this is what it is."
Yeah, I got the Audubon one.
This is what it is, you stupid idiot. Oh, okay, thanks.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I have the Audubon Society's app. The phone isn't going to show you anything, but I mean, the camera isn't going to show you anything. I've just been asked what kind of bird feeder I have. I'm just taking a look to see if it looks like a red house.
Yeah, Cliff is right. Put up a couple or three.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
I just found the.
It was good actually. We put up 2 this year because we didn't like to see them fighting, and so they fight less if there's an alternate thing to go to.
So you think I should have like 2 or 3?
Well, your yard isn't that big, right? So probably 2.
No, my yard is definitely not big. There we go.
A
This is what I have. So on one side it's all cardinal food, and on the other side is general food, bird food. And we also have a small one that, like a little wooden thing from the dollar store, whatever, that Camille and I painted. So we fill that as well. It's just a simple little open-sided thing. Hold on.
Get some video of those birds.
Yeah. Hold on. Cat Mac is here for me. Boom. Yes. I think that might be aimed at you, Russell. So Gray says, our DNR has asked bird feeders to take them down because we have birds dying of mysterious disease. We think it might be contagious, so don't want the birds to congregate unnecessarily. What the hell is DNR? Is that Department of Natural Resources?
Sounds right.
A flicker came up first. Wow, that's funny.
Is it still a thing?
Okay, Tim. Sorry. Yeah, I have a specific cardinal feed that I bought from Rona, which you might not have where you live, and then I have a general bird feed that I bought from Provigo, which you probably don't have where you live. I don't know where you live. I'm just saying that, but. So yeah, I'll try. Maybe I'll put up a second hummingbird feeder. The thing is, until next year, I don't think we're going to get any action anyway. But I'll make sure that it goes up in April next year. Shawnee, we have like almost 0 black squirrels here. They're all gray. Ellie, you use Merlin for bird identification? PM me that over Facebook or something just to let me know. Cliff has 4 feeders in his yard.
Jess rocks, Russell rolls. My God.
That actually that works. Bettina says, I love feeding the birds and squirrels too. I don't usually feed over summer though, but they come from my sunflowers and my mulberry tree. That even draws the orioles. Man, we planted sunflowers and the squirrels didn't even let them grow. It was like, forget about it. Cat, it's crazy how similar and yet different female and male cardinals look. Because, like in some birds, the females don't even have the crests or whatever, but yeah.
Ducks are like that too. Like female ducks are like ugly. They're brown and shit. Excuse me. And
it's because they don't have to.
And the males are gorgeous, right? They're
Yeah, absolutely. Because the females don't have to present.
Yeah.
Right?
They get to choose.
Yeah, Tim, I would like to get, and in fact, it's funny, Cliff said the Canadian Tire should sell a decent bird feeder. Yeah, because I would like to get one of those sort of pillar ones that has a bunch of small holes in it for birds that are not the cardinals. Because, cardinals like a much bigger area to eat from. Wow, hold on. Ron, where did you get a DJI Mini? Oh, the first generation one. Okay, so it was on discount. Where'd you get that?
What version are they on now?
I think they're on 2 right now. Shawnee says, "I agree. Video the birds eating at the feeder and share it." Okay, I will try to get that done.
Well, you know what it is? It's good. Well, if you ever get doing videos again, it's good transition video.
Yeah, that's a good piece. That's a good. Okay, all right.
So yeah.
That's it.
That's some good whiskey there right now.
As some. No, that's a good concept. It's true. That would work. David says they have 1 hummingbird feeder and it attracts quite a few hummingbirds. We haven't seen even one. Gonna work on it. Oh, Tim lives in Southern California. Okay. Yeah, that they go far, right? Because they just take this long ass hike from Canada all the way down to Mexico.
It's crazy when you think about it.
Oops, sorry, Serge. I didn't mean to share that. I was going to say that Serge has shared the link for Merlin.
For app.
Bettina says, "I don't plant the sunflowers. The squirrels and birds plant them from seed all winter." You bought your hummingbird feeder at the dollar store. Okay, it's good to know. We have a nice hummingbird feeder.
Just don't use the packages they sell for hummingbird food with that food coloring in them.
Yeah, well, yeah. There's the thing. That's what we have. But I read today that you shouldn't be using it. So
yeah, sugar water mix. That's all you need.
Was it 4 parts sugar to 1 part water? Right?
Something like that. You might have got that backwards. 4 parts water to 1 part sugar, or 4 parts water to 2 parts, something like that. I don't know. You can look it up.
Yeah.
In the chat. I forget.
Yeah. Serge is putting links for the Merlin app in. He put it up for the Apple users of the world and for the Android users of the world. So if you guys are, Cliff says 1 part sugar to 4 parts water.
That sounds about right. And you keep stirring until all the sugars dissolve.
Well, I mean, I'm used to that because I make simple syrup for cocktails, right? Which is 1-to-1 or 2-to-1.
Well, this is 4-to-1.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the same. It's the same process of stirring until it disappears.
It's also a fraction. Yeah.
Okay, La Plume Verte, which is an organization here in Quebec. Hummingbirds. All right. Hummingbirds are fascinating little creatures. Only 1 species of hummingbird can be found in Quebec, the ruby-throated hummingbird. They're long-distance migrants. I know that. Where? I don't care. Maintenance.
Wait, only 1 type of hummingbird in Quebec?
Well, that's what they say. I don't know if that's true or not.
Because I've seen some really colorful hummingbirds. Maybe they're all the same, but different colors. They're gorgeous to look at.
Well, the males have red here, and the females have white. The females on the. Oh, Sam! Thank you,
Sam. What a beautiful man Sam is. Did I say that right?
Mm-hmm. What I should probably do is, like, when I can finally have enough money together to get like a new camera or a new computer or something, I'll just print out the name of everyone who's ever super chatted me and just tape it on there.
Yeah, both
or
of
put
us.
it on the wall or something. Yeah, both you and Sam. 2 stickers. Actually, Mal sent me $2 once.
3 of us.
Yeah. Okay, Alain says yes, it's 1 type of hummingbird. So yeah. Frontier Survival. Hi, welcome to the live stream.
Way to go, Sam.
Yeah, thanks, Sam. One day when I can set my myself up for OBS, I'll do like you do. I'll somebody super chats me, and I'll just make them the person of the hour. Why do you do that person of the hour thing, by the way?
Just for fun.
Just for fun. I'm not seriously doing it, but
last live stream it was people who were signing up as members of the Junebug or Willow Club. I mean, before that, it was just, I take a picture of myself and put it on Facebook and say, okay, comment on that, and I'm going to pick somebody at random. They're going to be the person of the hour. Yeah, whatever. It's just for fun.
Yeah. Where was I? Yeah, Cliff is with you. He says, don't make it too rich or the birds become dehydrated. So yeah, recipe here says 4 parts of water to 1 part of white sugar. Okay. So yeah, I did have it backwards.
Yeah,
Because,
you would have been stirring for a while.
Yeah, that would have been like,
Mud.
it's never going to. Yeah, I get that.
It's mud.
Yeah, it's very sweet mud, but it's still mud.
There's Hawaii Volcano Squad. Hey.
There's a place in southern Arizona near Patagonia. They put out sugar water, and hundreds of hummers of many kind fuel up for the migration north. Rocking chairs for us to watch them feed. I would watch that for hours. Hours.
Hold on. I got to do the thing. Trial version. I don't.
We need Mal here. We need Mal here. Hey there, HVS. How's it going? You made blueberry muffins today. Nice. Nice. She had to go and do stuff. Yeah, Kat. It's been really hot here lately, like 35 degrees plus your Humidex, so like 38 degrees kind of thing. A couple of days ago with Humidex, it was 42. I don't know where you live. Do I have to translate that into the old system? If Simon was here, he's probably already doing it. Yeah, apparently you have to change your solution more often and make it a little more diluted if it's really hot.
Trial version.
Shawnee's asking Hawaii Volcano Squad if he used fresh or dried blueberries. I didn't even know anyone would use dried blueberries. He says rainy Scottish Highlands weather here today. I like a rainy day. If it's not like really, here's what I want: an off-grid cabin, fine, with a focus. What's wrong, camera? Focus. Okay, thank you. Yeah, with some sort of a veranda or porch on it that is wide enough that I can sit and be dry with a hot beverage and just listen to the rain.
You got to come here.
I know. I gotta. I tried to figure out. I think we already discussed how many hours it was for me to get to your place, right?
1 million.
Is that what we said?
Well, a little bit less than that.
It's the kind of thing where, like, if I can do a long weekend,
I can drive really fast.
I can get to Ottawa in 2 hours. Like if it's close enough that I can make a go of it with a long weekend, like maybe a 3 or 4 day weekend, then cool. If it takes, like, if it's far enough away that I kind of have to take a whole week, that takes a lot of negotiation at home.
Did we not say it was like 7 hours or some shit?
I think we did.
You're in Montreal, right?
Yeah.
You were near the airport?
No, I work near the airport, but
that was close enough.
It's close enough.
How many times are we going to do this before we actually remember that we did this?
This is only our second time doing it, but this time we're going to take notes.
All right.
Last time notes, because we did it in the green room last time, so we Google mapped it, but we're not going to do that in public.
Well, this was four. I just have Montreal, Quebec in it, and it says 4 hours.
4 hours. Yeah, I could do that for a long weekend.
That'll be
like leave after work one day, get there late, and then
that'll be like downtown Montreal, right? Like the government building, wherever that is.
I'm not quite downtown. I mean, I'm closer to the. It's tough to say because I'm in the largest borough, and I'm right next to 2 major highways. So it's at the point where it doesn't make a big difference. Like if I was out east and it took me an hour and a half just to get through Montreal, okay, that's an issue. But I'm far enough west that if I hit the the highway, I'm in pretty good shape. But we should talk about this not in public.
Yep. We're going to call it less than 5 hours, so.
I could do it. I think Cat Mac is taking one or two of us down here. When you two bought knives, I didn't buy port glasses. Don't buy port glasses.
My credit card is way too handy. Are we buying another knife tonight?
No, I left my wallet upstairs specifically because I was afraid of how much whiskey I was going to have. There is one that I would like to get though. There are two that I there are two that I no that one's. There are two that I would like to get. One is the knife that those guys, the what is it called, Men of the Knife? Well, you know that Irish. You know they do like the cooking. You almost never see their faces.
That's not Almazan Kitchen. Is that the other one?
Related, yeah, similar.
Look at this deer and moose knife. Oh, that's
what?
sexy.
Well, where are you? Share the screen.
Away. What?
Share the screen. My wallet's upstairs. I'm fearless tonight. Freezer Bound Outdoors, beer and bushcraft. What's up, everyone? I've finished the beer for tonight. Russell, are you drinking?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've gone to the kitchen like 3 times now.
Okay. I've been too busy concentrating on my whiskey to have noticed.
Hold on. Before you go anywhere, let me. Yeah, there it is.
Ian says he can be to your mailbox in 5 hours, but from the other direction. So I'm. Oh yeah. The Groman. It's a weird looking knife, but I like the handle. I like the wood on that handle.
That is sexy.
What I like about Groman is that their knives all look like they're from 1943. You know, they all have that sort of mid 20th century look to them. Hawaii says my browser likely knows my credit card number. This computer doesn't because I do all my purchase. Oh, I did buy the knife from this computer, didn't I, Russell? Because we were. Hey, thanks, Cat Mac.
Cat. Wait, was that another super sticker? Oh, Cat, you get a special message if you want to put it in.
I didn't even know that.
I think Cat is saying, you have to buy a knife. There's Cat on one shoulder and Sam on the other shoulder going, buy the knife.
Buy the knife. Buy the knife.
Buy the knife. No, buy the other knife. Buy a knife. Buy a knife.
Well, one of them I can show you right the hell now.
Right the hell now?
Right the hell now.
Don't you like look at words for a living?
Yeah. I'm not on the clock right now. Why you gotta be like that?
You're like instead of right now, just say right the hell now.
Which, by the way, is the opposite of what I do for a living, because what I do for a living is what they call minimalist writing.
Oh.
Right? Because I'm a tech writer.
Oh, God, you're like the guy from 1984.
No, not quite like that. Super plus good.
You're destroying words, right?
We have to write to be easily translated. I can't find this knife. Hold on a second. I'm just going to scroll up. You be entertaining while I do this.
I am Russell. You were not Russell. You were Jesse. Not Russell. I am Russell. You were not Russell. You were Jesse. You are not Russell. I am
Does anybody
Russell.
regret what I just this?
Oh. Can you click on the picture of the knife?
Oh, yeah.
Make it bigger?
Ish, yeah.
Oh. Well, David. Hold on, David Evans putting money towards your drone purchase.
Oh, thanks, David. Thanks a lot. Hold on, I just want to catch up on the side chat here. Because Oh wow, I'm so far behind. I like that knife because you know how I've mentioned that I want to do a series of 2 or 3 episodes on like the Nesmic trio. One, use the straight up Nesmic trio. One, discuss what I like about it and what I would rather switch, and then the other do like a Raindance trio. This is an affordable Nesmic, you know. I just want to say that Hawaii Volcano Squad head is apparently drinking Kona coffee right now. So yummy with Kona coffee, and I'm just scrolling. SV Raven Flintlock, hi by the way, loves him some Kona.
Wait, what's the name of this knife?
Yeah, it's a Nesmic. This is the Enzo version. Enzo is I think they're a Finnish. Are they Swedish? No, they're not Swedish.
Crap,
They're one of the other where the hell are they from? Hold on. They're one of the Scandinavians. Enzo. Finland. Finland. Anyways, I want that knife like I want Mila Kunis. But I shouldn't have said that online. Sorry guys.
Well, okay.
Sorry.
Mila, you can't be blamed for that.
I know, but I shouldn't have said it out loud. We're not in that kind of world anymore. Man,
their site is awful.
What, Bushcraft Canada? It's previous generation. Shawnee says she wants to buy a whiskey special for myself and hubby. If I want non-chill filtered, no caramel coloring in the States, what should I try? Shawnee, non-chill filtered, no caramel coloring. You're singing my song. You want to PM me? Do you want to PM me? I have an entire channel dedicated to this. Should I do? Is it crass if I show my other channel here?
I don't think so.
Is that crass?
It's your channel, man.
I know, but I don't want to sound like I'm trying to. I don't want to sound like I'm trying to use one channel to drive traffic to the other.
What? That's what.
Although I should really shut up and just do it, right?
That's what we do.
Yeah.
Dr. Sharp says, how far north are you latitude? I think we're like 43, 44 degrees north. As opposed to south.
Shawnee, here's my other channel. You can right click on that and save it for later. It's specifically about like non-chill filtered and no caramel coloring are two of the points I use when grading a whiskey. All right. But aside from that, contact me through Facebook or anything, and we can talk. We can talk. You know what I'm saying? We can talk. I'm Raindance Bushcraft on the Book of Faces. I'm looking for there we go. There we freaking go. All right. We'll talk. Yeah, these guys are talking about some pretty high end coffee. For me, a high end coffee is kind of a waste because all I ever really do with coffee is I like me some cowboy coffee. I can hide this screen. Sorry, guys. I like cowboy coffee and I like espresso machine coffee, but I don't have a cup of joe. I don't want like a cone filter, a paper filter, stuff like that. I'm a tea drinker for stuff like that, you know? I'm just trying to... Man, Ian is sort of going after you on those port glasses, eh?
You mean Cat?
Ian and Cat. Look, boom. Especially port glasses that spill.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're still sitting in the dish tray because I don't know what to do with them. I don't know where to put them. I should have kept the box because apparently they survived the shipping.
Right. Sam says, I see the knives. Where are the whiskey bottles they'll go into? You see, now that's an idea that just won't die now, right?
It's an awesome idea.
I think it's a great idea.
I mean, they put worms in tequila bottles. Why can't I put a knife in a whiskey bottle?
Right. Shawnee says she's on my other channel but doesn't know which one to try. I'll have to rewatch. Drop me a note because it really depends on what like flavor profile you're looking for, right? Like I don't want to tell you, you got to buy the Ardbeg Goo Goo doll if you don't like peat. We'll talk about it later because I will talk your ear off about whiskey.
Yep, he will. Show us when your port glasses. Oh, David. All right, David, for you, I'll show it.
Ron, no, you can't. You can't. I just bought that and I just recorded a video that'll be going up. I gave it a 3 on 10. A 3 on 10. I bought it while we were in Ontario because I can't find it here specifically to do a review of, and you can do better than that for less money. Like just buy a Bushmills. I think Bushmills makes Proper 12 anyway, but I just find that the Proper 12 is so thin. It's like they took all the soul out of whatever whiskey they sourced.
I legitimately picked it up like this and went, it's broken. Oh, wait. It's good.
David, here you go. There you go. One of the port glasses. That funky looking tail is essentially a straw.
Yeah.
Sam, wait, Russell, did Mallow break a port glass when she hung up on us, or did you break a port? She did, right? Yeah, she has the same port glasses, but she broke one.
I'm surprised I haven't broken one. When I put this down, I'm putting it down on its side because it doesn't sit well on its.
How weak are they? Like, how thin are they?
Well, the straw seems ridiculously thin, like it would break if I blew on it, but it just doesn't sit well on a flat surface. It's weird.
Well, those feet should be further forward and bigger, and on an angle, right?
Well, I'll make it better next time.
Okay, you could do that. Russell's tagline: "Bring a knife to a whiskey fest." At many whiskey fests, there are knives there, right? There's the skindoo, that's in the socks of the Highlanders. Never mind, that's geeky. There's no reason I should know that. How about a tiger in a whiskey bottle?
Well, tiger's difficult because you got to put it in when it's a baby and then slowly raise it over like a course of 5 years. You got to feed it and take out its poop and stuff.
Yeah.
And then eventually, if it survives,
you
fill it full of whiskey and you sell it.
Yeah. Oh, Sam knows exactly what we're talking about. We know those port glasses don't sit well on a cell phone. I wish Mallory is here. Sam knows. He's in the know.
Yep. Trial version. Yeah, I literally place this on its side when I'm putting it down because it's. Yeah.
They're not exactly robust, is what we're saying here.
Well, they're not robust and they don't sit well.
Mm-hmm. Well, as I said, those legs have to be further forward and angled.
Like you try and grab it. If you just grab it wrong, it tips over. It's like, what it's like? Those 3-wheeled ATVs that they used to have, and then they said, these are really, really, really dangerous, so we can't sell these anymore. That's what it's like. That third wheel is just a ball.
It's funny. I was just thinking about those last week because I remember when ATVs first came out, there were the 3 wheels and the 4 wheels, and then there were no more 3 wheels. And I was wondering if they were like banned or something due to safety.
Oh yeah, people were dying because they roll over like at the drop of a hat, kind of thing.
Right. Well, HVS has a mezcal bottle with a scorpion exoskeleton inside of it.
No, we're getting there. We're getting there. Not quite a tiger, not quite a knife.
Still sharp in certain parts.
Exoskeleton.
It's got Scorpion carapace inside a bottle. Maybe you could string on a necklace like a shot glass at Oktoberfest.
With this? Maybe. I don't
I
know.
hope to hell you don't come around a corner quickly and ding it against a door handle.
I think there's no coincidence that they're marketed as a prank item or a joke item in some places.
Mm-hmm. Sam, by the way, Russell says, so Russell, don't drive while using a port glass on a 3-wheeled ATV. I think that makes a lot of sense. I think he might have gone to see a man about a hearse. Yeah, Dr. Sharp. Self-limiting drinking glass. When you knock it over, you're cut off. Good point. Yeah. By hook or by crook. Just making sure I'm not falling too far behind the chat here, but I'm caught up miraculously at like 8 minutes to the end of the live stream. So good. It's funny. So good, but it's like I shot a review of this too recently. I haven't put it up yet. It's a very nice whiskey, but I get really irritated when the marketing overtakes the juice in the bottle, right? And they really do market the mystery of who makes their whiskey. I just don't. Shut up, guys. You know, just put bottled, created by whatever Kalila, Lagavulin, Lafroig, Ardbeg. No, it's not an Ardbeg. It definitely is not Ardbeg. But maybe Lechig. Just put it there. What's the problem? Why do you have to try to create mystery? It just spoils it, Oh, cat. Jeez. Yeah, that sucks. I recently had a small elective surgery, and even for small things, surgery it's not a great way to spend an afternoon, that's for sure. David says he's what is a good entry-level whiskey for non-whiskey drinker. Are you asking what is a good entry-level whiskey for non-whiskey drinker? If that's what you're asking, I would say if you're not a whiskey drinker, something by Macallan. The problem with Macallan is that they're way too expensive for what you get in a bottle. I am very against Macallan for that reason, but they're very smooth and friendly. There's a PM me and I'll get you some suggestions, David, either at my the Raindance Bushcraft YouTube Facebook page, or check out my other YouTube channel and PM me there, and I'll get you some ideas. If you're not looking for a Scotch, then there's all kinds of bourbons are like very caramelly and friendly. Scotch has a much higher learning curve generally. If you're in Canada, there's some really good stuff and some crap. Ron asks, yeah, because there's no taste to it. But yeah, Kat, all the best to your man. I hope that goes well. Hawaii Volcano Squad suggests Bullet, which I do have a bottle of right now. I tried to get to like the Knob Creek and just couldn't. I do really like Woodford Reserve, and I find that the Bullet is on the same sort of flavor side of things as the Woodford Reserve, and I quite like it as well.
Is that a typo, or is that spelled right?
It's 2 L's, but it is EIT.
No.
Ron asked if I prefer Scottish over Irish. Absolutely. Although, Irish whiskey is going through a renaissance like you guys would not believe. There's some very cool stuff coming out of Ireland. I have a bottle of a Waterford that will one day be worth a lot, but I'm going to open it anyway. So, Russell, we got through this entire live stream without actually hitting on the topic that you suggested. So, I'll make it an actual panel discussion, I think.
Oh, let's do it right now.
Well, with 4 minutes, 3 minutes to the end?
Hold on. No, this will be easy. Can the average person head to the hills and live off the land? Nope, absolutely not. Done. Good conversation.
Yeah, done. Good talk. Yeah, some more words to Kat happening in the side chat. Good luck to her man. Yeah. Grace says Bullitt, as in Bullitt County, Kentucky. I was wondering what the hell Bullitt was named after. I figured it was something Kentuckian. Is that a word? Is Kentuckian a word?
Bullitt?
Bullet.
Is that an I?
Yeah, it's Bulleit.
Wow, it looks like an L. Oh well.
But it's not. It's not an L. His appointment isn't until September 10th. He never goes to doctors and he's 67. Yeah, at that age, you gotta be on top of it. You gotta be on top of it. I've been dealing with doctors since I don't remember when, but for the past 3 or 4 months now, I've been dealing with doctors all the time due to an issue. Thanking the gods I'm Canadian. It would sure as hell be expensive if I wasn't. Okay, so Bullitt County is near Louisville. Okay. What the hell's the name of the process for Jack Daniels? It's not the Louisville process, is it? Do I have that wrong? It's a process I don't love. I don't think it makes good whiskey. You know how like they're all like we're not bourbon, no, they're Tennessee whiskey. So it's not even going to be anywhere near there. I see I've been drinking too much to have this conversation, Grace. I have the wrong state of mind. Dad jokes for the win.
Have you still got 18 people watching right now?
How did that happen? Why are you guys interested in what's being discussed here? This is ridiculous. What is what's?
We're all waiting for Mallory to get in here and go trial version.
Yeah. Hawaii Volcano Squad brings the class with what whiskey for you hosers? For me, it's got to be Scotch. For Canadian whiskeys, there are some good ones. A lot of crap. I'm not going to touch Crown Royal. 2 brewers from the Yukon. Shelter Point from Vancouver Island. Stuff like that. You know, the small guys. Well, it's 11 o'clock. Okay, we're done. So thanks for hanging out with us for this really kind of off-the-wall conversation. I hope to see you guys next week. Between now and then, well, first of all, thanks, Russell, for hanging out. Between now and next week, please, everybody, be safe, be healthy, stay sane, and be kind to one another. Good night.
Bisous.